So after that last video that didn't exactly go to plan, I've come to this other location which is going to be really nice. The wind has finally abated. That has been battering me for the last few days, and we've had a bit more rain. But today is a wonderfully sunny yet cloudy day. It's quite still, and already I've got my first composition in mind, which is some reflection shots on the lochs. They've got these wonderful Scots pine trees sticking up on the banks, and they're reflected wonderfully. But as always in Scotland, when there's no wind, there's midges. So I've got them to deal with, but otherwise it looks like it's going to be a great sunset. Fingers crossed. So the first shot that I'm trying to do is of some trees that are being reflected with some nice sedge on the loch, but the wind is blowing the reflections but not blowing the midges away, hence I had to put this on. I was being plagued by them, but when I first came down here there was these beautiful perfect reflections, but it seems like there's a bit of a breeze just brushing them away now as I set up, which is a little annoying, but it happens. So I'm getting the shot that I was after. The wind has really died down and the midges are coming out in madness right now, but I've got these wonderful streaking reflections across the loch, and a nice little pine tree that's nice and green, and makes a nice little feature as well in the corner. Overall I'm very happy with the composition. The settings are ISO 100, f10, 1/8 of a second. I hope you enjoy it. So I've got my next composition. It's a little abstract. There's these branches from a pine tree that are sitting over the loch and being reflected from below. And I just really like the way it looks. I'm probably going to convert it to black and white to accentuate the abstract quality and the contrast with the reflecting clouds as well, which is giving a nice background. It's a little odd, but I quite like it. The settings are ISO 100, f10, 1/15 of a second, and I'm going to keep moving because the midges. I haven't done any ICM for a while, but I'm seeing these wonderful pine trees, very straight, and they just look fantastic with this soft gold light coming from behind me, just casting onto these trees. So I'm taking several exposures, as you can hear, and I'm keeping with the lateral movement to be in line with the trees to create a nice smooth effect. But I still want some definition in the trees, so that's why I'm moving quite slow. But I'm getting a really nice effect. The only problem is the midges are insane here, so that's why I'm moving about a lot. But yeah, I'm really happy with a couple of those, and I'm going to keep moving because of the midges. So what I've been doing is I've set my camera to single shot, which makes it nice and easy to time my movement, and then I have it set on 0.5 seconds shutter speed, ISO 100 and f16, and that's giving me a really nice effect. Finally made it to the viewpoint that we were heading for sunset, and my main vlogging camera battery has run out, and my third spare is not in my bag. So I'm going to do what I can with this pocket camera and see how it goes. Hopefully we'll have some nice light in a little while, but the midges are going to be a real pain. Oh, but it is a very pretty view. So I've got my camera set up. I've just got to hope that the light is coming. Basically, the shot is the mountains in the background, which you just saw, and then there's these 3 lochs in the foreground, which are lined by beautiful pine trees. The only problem I've got is there is one pine tree that's just a bit too tall, so it's going to stick into the frame a little bit, but you know, this is landscape photography, not anything where I could manipulate what I'm doing. And the other problem I've got, as you can see, is midges. So while I wait for the light, I'm actually just going to keep walking around on the forest path until I get a bit of colour coming through the sky. But the joys of Scotland in the summer is you get played by midges. Oh, fingers crossed it works out. According to all of my apps, sunset has now happened, but there is not a whisper of colour in the sky, which is a real shame. I've been after getting this shot with some colour in the sky for a long time. Keep it moving because of the midges. Anyway, I've been after this shot with some colour in the sky for a while now, and today it looked like a good possibility. Some clouds in the sky, and the photo ephemeris that gives a forecast for sunset colours reckoned it was a good shot as well, but it just hasn't turned out yet. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, keep battling the midges and see how it goes, but it's not looking hopeful. So the colour really has not developed at all. I'm just taking a test shot. It's better off to take an image. I've got the composition anyway. So this is at ISO 100, f11 and 15 seconds. It's a very grey, bluey sky tonight. I was hoping for some colour. I've tried taking this image before, hoping for some colour above the mountains as well. So here's the one that I took in the winter. And here is the one that I just took now. As you can see, it's almost the exact same composition. It is the best viewpoint up here. You can see all the lochs and they make a really good foreground interest. The mountain range looks fabulous just across there. The only thing that is missing is a bit of colour in the sky, just to really round it off and make a perfect image, I think. But it's been a good day. I got several different images, all different styles, which I'm quite happy about. I really enjoyed just wandering around in the forest, getting out, having a look at some of the plants and seeing bats flying around right now, which is quite nice. I haven't seen bats in a while. It's been a good day. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and my friend, who you've probably seen in the background a couple of times, is staying with me at the moment. So we're actually going to be doing a lot of hikes, which means I'm going to be out recording a lot and hopefully getting some good pictures along the way. So we've got a couple of weeks of a lot of pictures coming up, so fingers crossed. So you better subscribe and keep up to date with all these adventures that will be happening. I'll see you on the next one.